Welcome back to Man Down Sports. We got breaking news. Big blockbuster trade. A lot of you probably already done seen or heard about this because it was like an hour ago that Woj broke this. But I want to get down on this Dame Lillard trade. As you can see from the thumbnail, that's what we're going to be talking about. Dame Lillard was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks from the Portland Trail Blazers. It was a 3-team trade. So Phoenix was involved in this trade. And to be honest with you, I got to say, I think all 3 teams really they really gave themselves a great opportunity to make themselves better. If they didn't get instantly better, like I think Phoenix was already top heavy with what they needed or what they got, but they needed to get better as far as their bench and their depth, and they really did a good job by getting off of Ayton's contract and getting something in replacement for him for half the price, right? And then adding some extra guys for their bench and for their rotation. So Phoenix did that. They got better. Obviously adding a superstar in Dame Lillard to the Bucks to join with Middleton and Greek Freak. That makes the Bucks better. We'll get more in depth on what they lose with Drew Holiday though, but I'll talk about that in a minute. And the Blazers got, they got draft picks. They got Drew Holiday. They got DeAndre Ayton. Both of those guys are all-star caliber players. So I'm gonna talk about that in those draft picks. So they got an opportunity to be real good as well with this trade. So the details of the trade is Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, both will be with the Blazers. They also get Kamara, first rounder in 2029, unprotected, and they get pick swaps in 28 and 30 with the Blazers. So they getting the first round pick for 2029. That's a long ways down the line. And then they get 2 all-star level players. Now, the Phoenix Suns getting off of DeAndre Ayton's contract. They get Yusuf Nurkic, right? And they also get Grayson Allen. They also get Narciso Little and Keon Johnson. I haven't seen him play much. I don't know anything too much about him. And the Bucks are getting Dame Lillard, and they're getting that's pretty much it. They're getting Dame Lillard, right? So let's talk about what the Bucks are going to be doing once they get Dame Lillard, right? They're getting 2 superstars. They never had that, right? They haven't had 2 superstars since Kareem and Oscar. Right, that's the last time the Bucks have had 2 superstars. Maybe I would say maybe Big Dog Glenn Robinson and Ray Allen, maybe, but that's if you want to count either one of those as superstars. They was fringe superstars. I think they had superstar game, but it was not quite that. It was fringe superstars. But Oscar and Kareem, 100% superstars, right? So legitimately, I can say that Dame and Giannis is 100% superstars, and so is Oscar and Kareem. So I don't think the Bucks have seen that since then. Giannis have never played side by side with another superstar in his prime. Dame Lillard has never played with a superstar side by side while in his prime. Carmelo was there. Carmelo is a former superstar, but when Carmelo was with the Blazers, he was past his prime. He wasn't a superstar anymore. So this is something Dame has never had. This is something Giannis has never had. This year, they're going to be playing with a vintage. They really want to win. They both want to win, right? Giannis has already run. Dame really wants to get him a win as well. So I look forward to Dame to be very motivated. I think he'll be real motivated. What's up, Jamel? Be real motivated this season. Now the Bucks have to kind of see if they can figure out how to replace what they lost with Drew Holiday, because with Drew Holiday, they lose a top tier defender. They lose a guy who could guard point guards. He could guard big 2 guards. He can guard the 3 as well. You can throw him on KD and not worry about him, right? That's the best 3 you can think of, right? So you lose that in Drew Holiday, and when the playoffs come, that's huge. That's big. There was times when the Bucks was playing against the Jason Tatum or playing against Jimmy Butler, and they couldn't throw Giannis on Jimmy Butler when he was hot. They had to throw Drew Holiday on him. Butler still gave him the business, but at least Drew Holiday was up for the challenge. Giannis really wasn't, right? You lose that. You're not going to be able to do that with Dame. Although I seen Dame turn it up a notch on defense when he went neck to neck or went head to head with Westbrook. I seen him turning up on defense, so I think he can do it. He can come in motivated and give us something we haven't seen, right? So that's one thing. They're going to get that with Dame. They get a superstar. They get a lot of offense, but they lose on defense, right? Now they lose Grayson Allen as well. They lost. And Grayson Allen was a good bench piece to come off. He was a good catch and shoot player. He had size as an off guard. He could defend a little bit. Now that's going over to Phoenix, and Phoenix is going to use that. Same thing. They get Nasser Luda, who's another wing that defends well, who got scoring ability. They're gonna like him over there in Phoenix as well. All right. So who won this whole trade? Well, I wouldn't say Portland, because this is what I think is going down in Portland. Drew Holiday is a point guard who's a veteran who didn't want to leave Milwaukee, who wants to play for a contender that's ready to win. This whole trade happened because Dame Lillard requested a trade because he didn't think the Portland Trail Blazers was in a position to contend with their roster. They drafted another point guard in his position. They already had a small point guard playing two guard and Anthony Simons. So you got three of your best players play the same position, and one of them is going to have to be forced to come off the bench, and one of them is going to have to be forced to play the off guard, which already puts you at a disadvantage on defense, and already limits you on offense on how dominant they can be, because if they're not oversized with at least 75% of their matchup, then you're already at a disadvantage. You're making it harder for you to get your points, right? So that's the thing about having a small backcourt, but having three guys as your best players. You got the number 2 pick coming in. Then you got Anthony Simons, and you got Dame. All of them point guards. That's that's just not big point guards. You could say Dame is kind of big, but he's still not a great defender. It's just not that good. So Dame wanted out of that situation. So I doubt Drew Holiday wants to go over there and be in that situation. So look for Drew Holiday to either get bought out and go sign with a team, or he's going to be packaged in another trade. And I've already heard that the Miami Heat are interested, which is a good pickup for the Heat. You lose out on Dame, great. You can still get something. He's not as close to Dame is on offense, but you still get quality all-star level point guard that can help Jimmy Butler. He just actually fits with that Miami Heat system and fits with that the attitude that Miami has. So if they can get Drew Holiday in the trade, I don't know what they give up. They're probably going to give up Tyler Hero because he was already mentioned in the Dame trade, and he's a young player, so you don't know how people react and respond to being in trade talks and being trade bait. He might not mentally be there, even if he's not traded. And plus, he probably would be thinking, man, I might get traded at the deadline. He might not be all the way locked in until after the trade deadline is over next year if he stays in Miami Heat. So look for them to make their trade, and that trade might involve Tyler Hero, and they might be getting Drew Holiday coming back to Miami. So that's one thing. So if we look at Portland as constructed, assuming that Drew Holiday is going to get traded for maybe Tyler Hero and something else, they got they got their own draft picks and they got extra draft picks, right? They got a number 1 pick in DeAndre Ayton, who's probably feel like that he's ready to be a number 1 on the team. They got Anthony Simons, who can give you 25, probably give you 25 a game. Anthony Simons, if if you put him in the role that Dame was in, where he's getting 20 to 25 shots a game, he can give you 20 to 25 points. Easy. He's a microwave. And then you got Scoot Henderson, the rookie, coming in, and he's probably going to be instant offense off the bench, right? And then you got Jeremy Grant, great defender, good scorer, right? So you got pieces there. And don't forget one of my favorite players, man, I forget his name. He plays the 2 or the 3. He went to Kentucky, but he didn't play at Kentucky. Can't remember his name. Dude is amazing. Watch out for him. I think he have a breakout season next year, especially with Dame gone. So they got pieces there. Shaden Sharp, that's his name. Shaden Sharp. So if I'm starting with Anthony Simons at the 1, Shaden Sharp at the 2, Jeremy Grant at the 3, anybody at the 4, and DeAndre at the 8 and at the 5, I really like that lineup. I like that lineup a whole lot, right? So as a matter of fact, let me see if I might be able to pull this up. So if I got Ayton at my 5, and you know what, if you don't mind the small backcourt, if you don't mind that small backcourt, you can put Shaden Sharp at the 3 and Jeremy Grant at the 4. So if I'm going to start the rookie, if I got Anthony Simons and Scoot Henderson in my backcourt, right, they're a little bit undersized, but Scoot plays big, right? You can get away with that. And Scoot can provide the dribble penetration and the playmaking. Anthony Simons can be your number 1 scorer, right? He's, like I said, he's a microwave, right? And he's a shooter. He can space the floor for Scoot. And then you got Shaden Sharp, who's also 6'8" slasher, who also can score and shoot. And then you got Jeremy Grant, who also can shoot as well and slash. And then you got DeAndre Ayton. Really good lineup. I'm not even gonna lie. That's a good lineup. That could work. I like that. Now, if they end up trading Drew Holiday, it'll be interesting what they bring back, because bringing Tyler Hero back with that team, what would you do with him? Would you start him? Would you 6-man him? Would you start the rookie over him, Scoot Henderson, or would you let the Scoot Henderson be coming off the bench as a 6-man? That's gonna be interesting. Now, here's the piece that I think is real interesting. The Phoenix Suns. Everybody say they don't have no defense. They too thin in the middle. They don't rebound. They don't have enough depth. And now, after this trade, they had that. Now, their first issue they had was they brought over Bill and KD, and they both on max contracts, and so is Booker. So you got 3 guys on max contract, and then you had DeAndre Ayton, who also was on close to a max. That's 4 guys, and with this new CBA, that just not was. I mean, it wasn't going to work. Yeah, they was gonna get They was gonna get the food tax out of them, keeping those 4 guys on their roster. And they tried to get rid of Ayton early, but they couldn't. They couldn't get rid of him, right? So now they finally get the trade done, and they cut that in half, because his salary is about 33 mil next year, and replacing him with Nurkic from Portland cuts that in half, because I think Nurkic's salary is about 14, 15, 16. Right. Let me see. I think his salary is Nurkic 16 mil, almost 17 mil. Right. So you cut that in half, which means you can actually spend a little bit more money, and you probably won't get taxed as much as you would have if you kept on the roster. Right. So they solved one problem with that, and they still, they wasn't going to use Ayton for his points anyway. You getting points from KD, Booker, and Bill. You wasn't going to use Ayton for his points anyway. Right. So you bring Nurkic in, he's going to be rebounding, he's going to defend, he's just got to stay healthy. Right. So that's a good thing. And then they free up some space where they can bring in other guys. Nasir Little, a wing defender. Right. Who's Grayson Allen, a shooter, also a defender. Right. So Phoenix Suns got quality back. They already had what they needed at the top. Now they're filling out their roster. What I want them to do to have insurance for Nurkic is go sign Dwight Howard and let him be your backup for insurance, just in case Nurkic get hurt. You don't want to lose your season because Nurkic goes down. Go get Dwight now before another team get him. But that's all I wanted to say about that, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this trade. Who won the trade? what y'all expect from either three teams, man. Let me know in the comment section. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.